Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday morning podcast for Monday, November 20th, 2017. Right off the bat, the first thing you should notice is my hushed fucking tone. Not a hushed tone, a hushed fucking tone. My daughter is sleeping downstairs. It's like 5:30 in the fucking morning. And this is the only time I'm going to have to do this podcast if I wanted to kind of come out on time today. So that is what I'm doing. I was with my daughter all day yesterday. It was awesome. Nia went out with some friends, and then she went out to fucking dinner. And I just sat there. We watched the Patriots-Raiders. I had taped the Celtics-Hawks game. I watched a little bit of the Dallas-Philly game because on Inside the NFL, I said Dallas was going to win. And my only reasoning was division rivalries. You know what I mean? It's like, look how bad the Buffalo Bills got fucking raped yesterday by the San Diego Chargers. For whatever fucking reason, they're going to give us a tough game. They're at least going to cover the spread one goddamn time. For the simple fact that we see them twice a year, going back to like 1960, back in the AFL, you know? So, I was wrong. I'm big enough to say that I was wrong. Carson Wentz, I guess, 6'5", unbelievably mobile. Eagles put a thumping on him. I'm a big enough man to say I was wrong. I'm a big enough man to let you know that I'm sitting here drinking tea all alone. I just did that. It was just hanging out with my daughter, dude. She's amazing. She really is amazing. She is like all over the place. She can say mama now, and she can say dada, but she doesn't know what they mean, you know? And she doesn't know when the word ends. So you like, say mama, and she just goes, mama, 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 mama. Say dada, she'll go like, mama, mama. Come on, say dada. She'll go, da, 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 da. And then pointing at myself. She'll just smile at me like, what the fuck is with you? And she just crawls away. She can stand. She can let go of stuff, still stand for a good, I don't know. I think her record's like 8 or 9 seconds. And you always think that they're going to, fall back and hit their head. Drives you nuts, but for some reason they sit right down in their butt. I don't know. I still don't trust the whole thing. And I did the classic dad moment. Somebody bought us a toy that I think is a little advanced for my kid. It was basically, like the walkers that old people have. This is like the same kind of thing, except it's, it has a smiling cow's face on it and sings songs on the front. But essentially, it's an old person walker. So my daughter was pushing it around on her knees first, and then she started standing up. What I did was I put my iPhone slightly in front of it, because they love any sort of computer screen. And she was, started taking steps with it or everything. But there's no brake on it. It's really fucking dangerous. So I always have to be hovering over. So the one time I go to film her doing it, and no, I'm not going to show you this footage. She fucking starts to walk, and I'm filming her, and all of a sudden she leaned back, and the whole thing tipped over on her. She fell down, hit her head. She was on the rug though, the carpeted area. But if I were to show you that video, you'd see the second she was in danger, I fucking threw the camera down and tried to catch her, as opposed to most of these fucking parents out there. I swear to God, it's like they're trying to put them in bad positions. And then the kid falls down, and you hear the parents laughing. They don't even try to help him because they're all giddy, thinking this is going to get me a bunch of hits. I haven't seen this one. There's some kid, I guess somebody was telling me, hanging from something and falls into a fucking fish tank. Breaks the fish tank or something. That's water. That's glass. That's dead fish. That's the kind of shit used to get you sent to bed. The second your parents saw it, they'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, they didn't say dude, but everything else they said. Now the parents just sit there and they, it's like watching one of those nature shows. Anytime they show a snake eating, somehow it always finds a fucking mouse. Do you know how long you'd have to sit there following that goddamn snake around with an entire camera crew? The thing keeps turning around, looking at you, trying to strike you. You're freaking it out, right? Plus, you and your camera crew are making all that goddamn noise. You're going to scare all the mice away. But somehow, they always seem to capture the moment. The snake fights the other snake. You know, it kills a rabbit. It kills a fucking bird. I want to know why all of these fucking people out there, right? All of these animal lovers, they're talking about the Japanese beating all those dolphins to death in the cove. They're talking about don't leave your dog, you know, in a car with the windows up, all of that shit. What about these mice? Okay, on these fucking nature shows. I think I've told this before. I watched one time. They're following this snake through the, we'll say, air quote, woods. Okay, the snake is completely oblivious of the goddamn camera crew. They must be just tippy-toeing around, right? Craft services just off in the distance, you know? So they got one camera team is following this mouse. The other team is following like this rattlesnake or something. So the mouse goes down into the hole, and then the snakes goes down in the hole. And then next thing you know, I'm in the hole too. The camera is in like the giant living room part, the open area, the great room, the room over the garage, if you will, of this hole. Okay, the game room, the man cave, right? And the camera's already in there. The fucking mouse is standing there like, what the fuck? You know, like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas, like, no, the second it sees the camera, and then the snake comes in and kills the thing. I want to know, PETA, they're so busy, you know, wrapping themselves around some fucking half-dead armadillo laying in the streets. Where the fuck are they on this issue? How in God's name could that camera crew possibly, in all the fucking holes in the woods, of all the fucking mice are there mice in the woods? I don't know, right? Of all the fucking rodents in the goddamn woods, how the hell did they know that this fucking mouse was going to go down that fucking hole, and that snake that they were following was going to follow that mouse down into that hole, into that part of the hole? There's only one way, people. It was a setup. Okay? It's a setup. The same way they set up those sharks to look like a bunch of lunatics when they hang that fucking steamship round hanging off the goddamn boat. Steamship round, everybody. I told you I'd work it in. Just basically half the hindquarters of a cow. They got that hanging off the side of the boat, right? The great white shark shows up. It's got that Arsenio thing where, you know, when it smiles, it shows way too much gums, making it not a sympathetic character, which is why I think when they brought Arsenio back, it didn't last that long. I think personally. I don't think it was because of the talent of the man. You know, go back and watch Coming to America. Going blow for blow with Eddie Murphy. You know? Same thing with these great white sharks. Majestic, beautiful, doing their fucking job. God forbid you got crooked teeth in America. I'm telling you. The mice have crooked teeth? They got pointy teeth, right? Are they meat eaters? The fuck does a mouse eat? It's got to suck when you figure out that in the pecking order of nature, you're just sort of this, like a slider. You're like this appetizer. Like there's, you know, all of that shit. Christ, they're fucking like rabbits. It's like rabbits have to produce the way they do or a bunch of other species die. And I imagine some egghead with the lab coat would say that eventually human beings would die. Unless we ate a plant-based diet, fruits and vegetables, grains and nuts. I'll get into this shit later on. You know, I watched this video saying that, you know, meat and butter and shit and eggs and dairy wasn't that bad. So, you know what happens the second you fucking say that, you know, this food isn't bad? A bunch of people, other non-experts, come out of the fucking woodwork and start telling you about the videos that they just watched and the shit that they think is right, you know? It's literally like these fucking food people and nutrition people, I'm done with them. You know what they're like? They're like religious people, where they think God loves them best. Their story about God, Buddha, Muhammad, Jesus, oh, Jesus, right? I don't want to start a race war here. Not a race war, a religious war here. But you got to admit, Jesus is the coolest out of all of them, you know? Hey, man, like, you guys want to see me walk on water? I mean, he's just doing all these tricks, right? He's like a fucking lounge act in Vegas. He's pulling all the fucking bread and the fish out. You know, in fairness to Muhammad, I have not read one word about him. I've never read the Quran. I've never even read the Bible. You know, in the afterlife, I just hope I die in a group accident. You know what I mean? So that way we're all just kind of sitting there and I can kind of skate with the smart kids. You know, when the teacher would come in, did anybody read the short story last night? Y'all read it? And everybody was kind of like, yeah. Like, try not to make eye contact. Then the dude would start asking questions. You're like, oh, fuck. Come on, man. You start looking at the smart kid like, dude, put your fucking hand up and answer these fucking questions. That's what my afterlife thing's going to be about, you know? I actually don't think it's going to be that bad. Because I am a big believer that either you're just dead, like that poor fucking mouse, or the Arsenio Hall reboot of the talk show. It's just dead. Oh, fuck, did I just wake my daughter up? I can hear her downstairs, but she always wakes up this time anyways. It's amazing when you're a parent. The second your kid stirs in the crib, you fucking wake up. I'm still not getting 8 hours sleep. It's probably why I'm talking about this fucking mouse right now at 5:47 in the morning. Pacific Coast time. Yeah, I think either you're dead or you just kind of show up and God's just like, sorry about that. You know, it's just a big experiment. I wanted to create a bunch of things that destroy each other. I mean, that's what happens. If you do watch those nature shows, the level of fucking murder that goes on out in nature, just all the time. Does anybody die of old age, like die a natural death in nature? I think like elephants do. But even then, they're trying to walk back to that place that they remember. And I don't know, they're always hyping up elephants about everything that they fucking remember. It's like, I get it. They're smart. Okay? I get it. There's 30,000 fucking muscles in their goddamn nose. I'm just fucking with you. You got to love elephants, you know? Rhinos and hippos are the cunts of elephants. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like an elephant, you kind of got a shot as long as their kid's not around. Like an elephant just kind of looks over at you and it's just like, all right, man, you know, keep your distance. Everything's fucking cool. And rhinos and like hippopotamuses, those fucking things are, did I say rhinos and elephants are the cunts of the elephants? Did I say that earlier or did I say rhinos and hippos? I don't even know. It's fucking early. Rhinos and hippos are the cunts of elephants. You know what I mean? Little short motherfuckers. They didn't get the long nose, right? Just one of those guys coming out playing pickup hockey or pickup hoop and just taking it way too seriously. And you just instinctively try to stay away from them before they blow your fucking knee out. You ever watch one of those animal videos when like the hippo is like chasing after the boat? Going under the water, coming out of the water, coming under the water, coming out of the water. It's like, how the fuck is it producing that speed? It's a tub of shit. It's got a giant fucking head. It's not aerodynamic whatsoever. And it's got those little short legs. I think it's doing the butterfly. It's definitely not doggy paddling. When it gets going, it's got to be doing the butterfly. It's got to be front legs forward, you know, and then both legs at the same time, and then thrusting back. Like a hippo's like that fat kid at the pool who always goes into the pool with his shirt on, right? The fat kid and the fucking redhead, like me. I don't know why I never thought to do that. I would just take the fucking sunburn. It's going to turn into color later. Is it, Bill? That or skin cancer. Anyways, how about those New England Patriots? Number one offense and the lowest rated defense. I don't know about you guys, but I think that spells success in January. I'd have to look at the numbers and see how, just see how they've been doing over the last few weeks, if they've been letting up less points. You know, like God knows we got the shit kicked out of us. Not even, it was just the final quarter and a half. We got the shit kicked out of us by the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay? And everyone was going like, holy shit, Brady is old. Here comes Kansas City. And now look what happened. Kansas City just lost to the fucking New York Giants. The lowly New York Giants. Whoever thought you would say that? All right, Patriots schedule results. Yeah, 2014. That's what I want to fucking see. 2017. Dude, what in God's name is going on? What the hell scores are these? All right, here we go. What the hell's going on with Kansas City? Like, how many fucking times can you do this to your fan base? How many times can you get these fucking people excited only to turn around and just shit the bed? I don't understand it. All right, preseason. All right, we gave up 42 points to the Jets. Then we gave up 20 points to the Saints, 33 to the Texans, 33 to the Panthers, 14 to the Buccaneers, 17 to the Jets, 7 to the Falcons, 13 to the Chargers. All right, we're doing all right here. 16 to the Broncos, but they stink. And 8 to the Raiders. All right, I think we're all right then. I thought I overheard that stat yesterday that we were last in team defense. It's nice to actually see us get pressure on the quarterback. I felt bad for Derek Carr, though. Jesus Christ. I don't know if the Raiders have been dropping as many passes as Tony Romo was suggesting, but how great is Tony Romo in the broadcast booth? The guy knows the game, and he's not afraid to shit on people. I love it. I feel like he's doing everything that people think Chris Collinsworth is doing. And Chris Collinsworth, I thought, was always fair. I'll tell you right now, the Patriots are just not getting it done on defense. Like, I always felt, as much as it was annoying to hear, like, I know Chris, I'm watching the game. You can't get mad because the guy's right. On the other hand, Tony Romo just takes shots at guys. It's fucking hilarious. Like when they were sitting there saying how Tom Brady is the only player to ever throw a touchdown pass in 3 different countries, being the United States of America, England, and now Mexico. So Tony Romo goes, yeah, you know what that means? He's a great quarterback, and he's really old. You know what I loved about that? It was funny listening to somebody make fun of Tom Brady. And then it was also funny knowing that you could just hear Tony Romo bitching to his girlfriend about how much attention fucking Tom Brady was getting. You know what I mean? As he was trying to be a Dallas Cowboy quarterback, which God knows, there's no fucking, I don't know, whatever. No good deed goes unpunished when you're a quarterback for that team. Forget the fact that Tony Romo had like 11 quarterback coaches in like 10 seasons or whatever, for however long he was there. You know? I bet he was just going like, oh, every fucking thing I do in this fucking one-horse goddamn town that thinks they're this giant city just gets scrutinized. Oh, but Tom Brady, he's so fucking good-looking. Hey, I'm just as good-looking as that guy, right? He's thinking all of that shit. So it's fun listening to shit on people. I thought it was funny when he made fun of Deion Sanders. And then Deion Sanders, who was so above the conversation, took the time to shit on him back. I enjoy all of that. Anyways, hey, by the way, how great were the Mexican fans, by the way? You know, I know a lot of Americans flew down there. Well, I guess we're all Americans, right? We're all part of North America. All people from the United States of the Americas flew down for those games. But, and the Raiders are the perfect team down there. If I wasn't mistaken, I thought I heard the Patriots getting booed down there, which made me feel great. Nice to know we get respect down there, too. And I don't know. I thought it was a great game. I am a little concerned, though, considering we lost Andrews, our center, and then Marcus Cannon is out, and then the backup to Marcus Cannon also has gone down. So I don't know who the fuck we play next week, but I'll tell you right now, these Patriots, their offensive line better get healthy, or that's going to spell nothing but trouble come January. Hang on. Is my daughter still... Oh, Jesus Christ, I think I'm waking her up. She's still downstairs making noise. I got to talk even quieter. I'm sorry. I'll turn up the volume. I'll turn everything up. There we go. Why don't you use the volume, Bill, to your fucking advantage? All right, I'm going to whisper. For the rest of this, I swear to God, the first whispered podcast ever. I'm not going to do that to you. All right? I would never do that to you. All right, let's talk about some more bullshit. I watched my first Bruins game and a half of two Celtics games for the first time this year. First of all, who are these 2017, 2018 Boston Celtics? I barely recognized anybody's face. But all I can tell you this is we're fucking young as shit. Okay? We got Jason Tatum. This kid's like fucking 20 years old. We got Brown, who I think they were saying is 20 years old. That's in our starting five. We got Al Horford. You know, he's like the Zdeno Chara of the team. We got Marcus Smart. He's still on the team. And I don't know who the fuck else we got. Some other guy on there. And all I know is we beat the Golden State fucking Warriors. And they barely scored any points against us. I forget what the final score was, but like both teams were like in the fucking 80s. Anyways, all I know, if it was under 100, we made the Warriors play our game. We slowed it down. Okay? And God knows, if you can beat the Golden State Warriors in November, what's going to happen come January? I'll tell you right now, the Celtics won one game against the Warriors. Does this mean they're going to sweep them in a 7-game series? They're going to start doing that shit. I obviously think the Warriors are still too strong. I think we have a better head coach in Brad Stevens. But I also think we still have to get past LeBron James and the Cavaliers first. I just said I forget who the other guy was. It's the guy from the fucking trade there with the plastic mask. Kyrie Irving. I'm very excited to watch them. I watched my first Bruins game of this year, and I watched the Stinkeroo against the fucking Anaheim Mighty Ducks. I think we beat the Kings the next night. And I missed the game against the San Jose Sharks, but I think Brad Marchand is coming back. But we're pretty banged up right now. Whatever. It's good to be banged up this time of year rather than the end of the year, because that's when you play for the trophy there. Sorry, I'm listening. I think she went back to sleep. All right, cool. Jesus Christ, how much quieter can you fucking talk? These damn kids, I swear to God, they're spoiled brats. They're spoiled brats. Dude, what the fuck is going on with the Kansas City Chiefs? I don't get these guys. I just don't get it. Now the Saints are coming on. Oh, when the Saints come marching in, they got fucking Drew Brees and they have a running game. I actually fucking looked up yesterday. My daughter fell asleep on my chest, right? And it's just like, all right, rookie move. Rookie move. I should have had her fall asleep on the bed, and then I could have got up and got on with my life for fucking 50 to 90 minutes. So she's sleeping on my chest, and I'm just like, well, how do I make this time productive? And I realized on Inside the NFL how little I know about the players in the league. I mean, I was already working too hard on F is for Family. Now I got the kid. I barely know anybody. So I started looking up the starting quarterbacks of every team, trying to see how many I could name. All right, so here we go. I swear to God, I don't have them in front of me. I'm going to try to remember as many as I can. Okay, Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, up there in New England playing in Foxborough. And you got Tyrod Taylor in Buffalo. I don't give a fuck who his backup is. I'm not going to waste my time memorizing a backup's fucking name. All right? Until they do something, until they win the fucking job. The Jets have Josh McCown, Eli Manning, the Patriot killer. The Eagles got who? Carson Wentz. And then the alias, Joe Flacco, the name you give to the cops. What's your name? Joe. Joe what? Joe Flacco. Then who the fuck do the Redskins have? You like that. You like that. Whatever his fucking name is. There's like 20 Carsons, I feel. He's another guy with a C name. It's not cunt. Cam Newton. Then Jacksonville has Blake Bortles, Jameson Winston in Tampa Bay, and then Jay Cutler, Matty Ice in Atlanta, Drew Brees at the Saints, Marcus Merriweather is it fucking the Titans. I couldn't name any of these. I just fucking tried. I'm trying to test my fucking brain here. All right, then you go to the Bengals. You got the redhead there. All right, the giant ginger, Andy Dalton, with the fucking hipster haircut, mocking my hairline. And then the Browns, one of the great names of all sports, have Deshaun Kaiser. I love that name. Is he a black guy? Is he fucking celebrating Hitler's birthday? You don't know. I don't know. Kaiser just sounds like a fucking German officer to me. I don't know why. All right. And what do you got? You got that guy out there from the Lions. What the fuck's his name? Tommy Hilfiger? I don't know why that name just popped in my head. Come on, man. This one guy, one of the best. Eric Hipple. The fuck do they have? I just went blank on his name. Andrew Luck is with Indianapolis. I know they got that dude from NC State backing him up. Aaron Rodgers. I know he's hurt. My ribs still feel why he's hurt. I don't know who the Vikings have. The Bears have some guy, Mitchell fucking Trubisky or some fucking thing. Alex Smith, Zach Prescott, the fucking Texans. Who the fuck do they got? I know there's some fantasy football people just rattling them off. They got that kid from Clemson who got hurt. And then Denver, I always forget that guy's name. It's some regular name, and his last name is like fucking Oscillation or some shit. I don't know who the fucking Cardinals have. The LA Rams have, the fuck is his name? Jared Goff. Phillip Rivers. Derek Carr. And then this one killed me. CJ Beathard. Jack Off. Murder Your Meat, whatever his fucking last name is. And then you got Russell Wilson. See, that's not bad. That wasn't bad. Now, ask me to name all the receivers. I can't name anybody. That's what I knew. I realized when I was inside the NFL that I'm going to bore you guys to death trying to fucking get caught back up. You know what fucked me over is when I stopped collecting football cards. I'd love to get back into it, but they won't just let you buy a whole set. You know, at least they wouldn't last time I tried to collect, like 10 years ago. I think I'm going to have to give in and start playing fantasy football. Or I'm just not going to know anybody. All right, I need to just promote some things here. I'm doing a benefit tonight at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach. If you want to come down and watch me do a headlining set and a wonderful comedy club and watch all of the money go to the victims of the hurricane out there in Puerto Rico, please come down. There's some tickets left, all right? That club has not been doing the greatest job promoting this fucking show. All right, so please come down. I'll do a meet and greet afterwards. I'll shake your hand. I'll sign your fucking tits, whatever the hell you want me to do. But I'll ask you first before I sign your tits, before I get in trouble. Oh, also, Jesus Christ. Oh, All Things Comedy, we got our new website up, redesigned it, and all that type of stuff. I couldn't find the TV shows that we've made yet. Those things should be coming up soon, too. So please check that out, allthingscomedy.com. And now for some sad news. Not even sad, just an amazing life. Malcolm Young of AC/DC passed away. And all the football I watched yesterday in the NFL, I was a little perturbed. I was a little annoyed that there wasn't any sort of tribute to Malcolm Young, considering he's arguably the greatest rock and roll rhythm guitarist of all time. He's written so many classic riffs. All of those AC/DC albums, and there's like 4 or 5 that are just absolute masterpieces. They're all great, but he has 5 fucking masterpieces, all right? As much as I love Pink Floyd, as much as I love Led Zeppelin, I mean, they're right there with them. Masterpiece. Highway to Hell, masterpiece. Back in Black, masterpiece. Let There Be Rock, masterpiece. Power Age, masterpiece. Flick of the Switch, masterpiece. All right, and if you don't fucking think they are, it's because you don't know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I even like For Those About to Rock. Everybody was all fucking like, "Oh, this isn't as good as Back in Black." Shut the fuck up. Anyways, I would have thought the NFL would have done something. For how many years have they been playing Hell's Bells and Thunderstruck and all that, getting their stadiums all amped up? And how many years did his band, then come back on tour and sell out those same football stadiums? How much money has the NFL, that's a great partnership there, made off of that band. And during the off season, when they try to have soccer in their stadiums and the fucking place is half full, who comes in to save the day? Fucking Malcolm Young with his band AC/DC. And some of the greatest riffs of all fucking time. I was lucky enough to see him. How many times did I see him? I think I saw him 3 times. I saw him in '86 on the Who Made Who tour. On the Heat Seeker tour, I saw his nephew, who's now in the band. Then I saw them, I think I only saw him twice. Then I saw him on Black Ice. I've seen AC/DC 3 times. Then I saw him on the Black Ice tour. That was the last time I saw him. And he's just the coolest, greatest, rock and roll rhythm guitarist of all time. Just the way they build a song. I was listening to Live Wire. Only he could just make those chords sound so fucking evil. And the way he builds them, it still gives me chills. TNT. I don't know. There's just too many. Overdose. The way that song builds. I know everybody knows the classics. Gone Shooting. The whole second side of Power Age. Down Payment Blues. All of that stuff. It's just absolute giant. I don't know. I thought, did Google do a tribute to him? I mean, that's the level of guy that passed away here. But anyways, thanks to him and his genius and that that was my band growing up. I was actually laughing listening to all that music. I wasn't really even sad that he was gone, because I think he lived such an amazing life. And I was just thinking of all the fucking classes that I flunked in high school, and how depressed I was, and how stupid I thought I was. And then I would just go out and I would fucking get in my piece of shit truck, and I would turn it on and pop in that cassette, and then I would just go into fantasy world that I was in their band and knew how to play guitar, and then I would instantly be in a good mood again. And I used to always sing on multiple choice tests that I knew I was flunking. And I was just guessing, and I was running out of time. That Bon Scott lyric, I don't even remember what song it's from, that "Take a chance while you still got the choice," Rock and Roll Damnation. That song would be playing in a loop as I was guessing. I forget what I got on my SATs, but I got a 300 something combined. And I'm going to tell you, I tried. I took a prep course. I did everything. and I just fucking shit the bed on it. And I'd love to tell you people that had a major effect on my life, but it didn't. Anyways, let's read some. So rest in peace, Malcolm Young. There's never going to be another one like you. That's it. I always thought Malcolm Young and Phil Rudd were the two coolest guys in the band. That was it right there. Those two fucking guys. Malcolm and Phil Rudd sitting there with the cigarette dangling out of his mouth, just fucking crushing it. I think even Billy Joel said, that was the greatest live band he's ever seen. Speaking of which, did anybody hear the Howard Stern interview with Billy Joel? Jesus, fucking amazing. What a talent. There's a guy I have to go see live. I can't believe I've never seen that guy live. I was such a douche in the 80s. If you didn't have a guitar, I just thought you were the biggest pussy ever. I fucking watch this guy playing his piano. Did your parents pay for your recital? Meanwhile, he's this total badass. I never understood. This is such a bad thing to say, but I never realized how talented and what a badass Billy Joel was. I honestly didn't really even pay attention to the guy until he started getting hammered, driving his car into the fucking fronts of people's houses. I remember when he was singing like Uptown Girl and all that type of shit. Well, that was an Uptown Girl. What was that song where, one of those songs where he was singing like, he was in love with this girl across the tracks. Like he was this badass guy. And it's just like, dude, you're this little Jewish guy playing fucking piano. That's about as safe as it gets. You're a model citizen. That's what I thought. I didn't realize. And then he starts getting hammered, driving his car into people's houses, and they're just trying to sit down and eat dinner. And I was like, oh, you know what? I guess he is from the other side of the tracks. Gotta love a booze hound. All right. Speaking of which, I'm 95 miserable days in. And I was hanging out with these two alcoholics this fucking weekend who are now clean. And they were both sitting there going, yeah, I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I was just like, oh, yeah, I do. I do. All right. Oh, look who's here, everybody. Old Zip Recruiter. All right. Zip Recruiter, everybody. Are you hiring? Well, are you? Do you know where to post your job to find the best candidates? Talk about the satisfaction of employing. It actually is a great feeling when you hire somebody, knowing that you put a fellow American to work, right? Knowing you can tell them what they can and can't do, knowing you can lord over them. With ZipRecruiter, knowing you can ruin their holidays with one simple phone call, and two of the best words in the English language, you're fired. With ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards with just one click. So you can rest easy knowing your job is being seen by the right candidates. Dude, how creepy is this copy when I'm whispering? Then, Zip Recruiter. I'm like that creep at work coming up behind you in your cubicle. What are you doing this weekend? Then ZipRecruiter puts its smart matching technology to work, actively notifying qualified candidates about your job within minutes of posting so you receive the best possible matches. That's why ZipRecruiter is different. It's just different, and it's okay with it. Unlike other hiring sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on the right candidates finding you. It finds them. You can even get a head start on the interview process by adding screening questions to your job. Sorry, I was checking out what time it is to see if I still had time to do cardio before I had to get on with my day. That's how exciting this copy is. You can even get a head start in the interview process by adding screening questions to your job post to help identify the most qualified candidates. Yeah. Do you have a sex scandal in your past? So you don't have to waste time sorting through a stack of resumes to find the perfect fit. This guy's perfect for the job. Oh my God, he fucked a cat. Move on to the next one. No wonder 80% of the employees who post on ZipRecruiter Get a qualified candidate through the site in just one day. And the easy-to-use ZipRecruiter dashboard lets you manage your hiring process from start to finish, all in one place. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Find out today why has been used by growing businesses of all sizes and industries to find out the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now, my listeners can post their job on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/Burr. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Burr. One more time. Jesus Christ, try it one more time for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/Burr. Wow, that was way too fucking long, huh? Is it? I just feel like pour moi. All right, Helix Sleep, everybody. Helix. There are a ton of online mattress retailers popping up these days. Are there? I have no idea. All with a one-size-fits-all solution to a better sleep. Guess what? One size doesn't fit all. Okay? Some people have a round ass. Somebody have a flat ass. Some people have long legs. Right? Some people have abnormally big earlobes. Now, you wouldn't think that all this plays a factor in a comfortable, good night's sleep, but I'm here to tell you different. Helix Sleep offers something that doesn't exist anywhere else, a mattress personalized to your unique preferences and sleeping style that won't set you back thousands of dollars. What exactly is a fucking sleeping style? Huh? Do you sleep reverse cowgirl? Like you're fucking possessed. Can you imagine that? Imagine if you fucking married the most beautiful woman in the world and she slept sitting up in bed. Like you'd go to sleep, like, good night, honey, and she would be laying back in the middle of the night. You just, that fucking instinct you have that, should I open my eyes right now? And you open your eyes and you look over and she was sitting up in bed. Fucking sleeping, Can you imagine the first night you reach over and touch her on her shoulder like, hey, honey, right? What if she slept sitting up with her eyes open? Bill, what if you finish reading this copy? All right, go to helixsleep.com/Burr. Take their simple 2 to 3 minute sleep quiz. They'll build a custom mattress that will be the best thing you've ever slept on. For couples, they even personalize each side of the mattress, which is the beginning of the end of the relationship. I just feel like we're not connecting anymore. Yeah, if she sat up sleeping, she'd have like the Craftmatic bed on her side. Your custom mattress arrived. Everyone from GQ to from Cosmopolitan to the New York Times are all talking about Helix. Yeah, because you're paying them. That's why I'm talking about it. And once you try it out, you'll know why. Your custom mattress arrives direct to your door in a week, and shipping is completely free. Try it for 100 nights. Gross. If you don't love it, they'll pick it up and refund you in full. Oh, my God. Yeah. Mr. White and Jesse Pinkman show up in their hazmat suits and they take it back. CTA must read. Hey, Helix, I'll read whatever the fuck I want to read. Go to helixsleep.com/Burr right now and you'll get $50 towards your custom mattress. That's helixsleep.com/Burr for $50 off your order. helixsleep.com/Burr. All right, the last one. Thank Christ. Movement watches. MVMT watches, pronounced movement, was founded on the belief that style shouldn't break the bank. We get holiday shopping can be tough. This is where they try to be down to earth. But thanks to MVMT, all that gift-giving anxiety can disappear with the press of a button. These watches make the perfect purchase for just about anyone in your life, guy or girl. And remember, they start at only $95. I just realized I have the volume turned up so high, and I have to have the microphone so close to my mouth. I hope I don't sound like a mealy-mouthed jackass here. And if I do, I guess I give a fuck. I wouldn't have brought it up, huh? All right, here we go. Let me finish this here. All right, you've heard me talk about movement. Wait, these watches make the perfect purchase for just about anyone in your life, guy or girl. And remember, they start at $95. And it's not chump change, but for a good watch, that's pretty good. You've heard me talk about MVMT, and I am sure you got yourself a watch. Now let's finish your holiday shopping and get a MVMT watch for someone on your list. The holiday shopping season is here. Yes, we realize this. This is why you're talking about the holidays. With MVMT, you can skip the crowds and standing in crazy lines and find a gift they'll love at prices that beat department stores. At such great prices, movement watches make a wonderful holiday gift too. Classic design, quality construction, styled minimalism. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to movementwatches.com/Burr. Go to movementwatches.com/Burr. Join the movement. All right, that's it. Okay, let's get into the questions here for this week. I really apologize for the fucking whispering, but what do you want from me? All right, Malcolm, everybody. Bill, if you read this, please refer to me as Steve. Okay, Steve reads, I don't know why. I'll never understand why my friends gave me such a hard time for attending the AC/DC show in Madison, Wisconsin in 2001. Being a high school sophomore, AC/DC were the shit as far as I was concerned, but at the same time, I didn't give a shit about Top 40 and let my classmates know they had shit taste. AC/DC never let up. The most hardworking band of the last 30 years. They never let down their fans. I just queued up If You Want Blood. Oh, what a fucking song that is. The drums are insane in that. Perfect fucking drum beat. Everything is just the shit. He said there's nothing better. Unless you're talking about the live album. It's another amazing thing. When I actually went to Glasgow, Scotland, I looked up the theater because I wanted to go in there where they recorded that, and thing doesn't exist anymore. Anyways, wanted to keep this short. Hope you're well, you freckled cunt. All right. I don't know what, you didn't really ask a question, but I share your opinions on AC/DC, and I've already talked about that shit. All right. Front flipping robot. I actually saw that. Hey there, Billy 2000. Did you see the video of the extremely agile robot that was going around last week? Yeah, it was kind of looked like a white dude doing flips, okay? Man, Bill, this thing is legit. It's the first robot machine that I've ever seen where I thought, I cannot disarm this. Oh, yeah, it's total RoboCop. Even with the extreme flames or large amount of water, I think it could kill me first. You're right about all this robot shit. No one is going to be scared enough to stop this. Also, if we didn't make robots that could fight, wouldn't we just be sending our guys into... if we didn't make robots that could fight, wouldn't we just be sending our guys in to fight Russian or Chinese robots? Now you just went the exact opposite way. Yeah, this is how human beings, out of fear and just the seduction of power, we just keep making these fucking things. It would be great if somehow we could all just get on the same page. You know? So we wouldn't do this type of shit to each other, because it's not going to fucking end well. It really isn't, but we're never going to get on the same page. So you know what I do? I just sort of give in to the fact that we're doomed to destroy ourselves. All right? And I have to think a robot death has to be a quick death. I would like to think that the Illuminati, who is making these things to replace all of us, because they totally fit the bill for everything the Illuminati wants, which is basically slaves. Do what we say, do whatever we say, whenever we say it. And what have we said for years? Like assholes, what are we, fucking robots? And what did the Illuminati do? Robots. And they went out and they made the fucking things. I just want to talk to all the nerds out there and everybody who thinks these nerds are harmless. These are fucking egghead nerds who are so fucking smart that they are going to destroy us because they are listening to the fucking sociopaths of society, the people who are in power. And they go out and they make these fucking things for them. You stupid nerd fucking cunts. I mean, what do you do if you're held captive by a robot? You just have to wait till the thing powers down and just hope you can find a screwdriver and just start unscrewing shit and just fucking ripping out wires. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to make these robots like the ones that are designed to kill all of us. They're going to make them out of like the same material as that door on the cockpit of a plane that nobody can get into. That's what it's going to be. Unless you have the codes, man. Yeah, that's all scary shit. And back when I was just a fucking guy who was married and I didn't have a kid, it wasn't as scary. Because I was already thinking, like, you know what? I've had a great fucking life. I really have. I've done all kinds of stuff. I got to made a dream come true becoming a comedian. Everything else has been gravy. I got a great wife. This is the kind of shit that I think that when I see robots, I'm like, you know, I've had a great life. When that thing comes in and just grabs me by the throat and just crushes my fucking windpipe, that's what I'm going to be thinking. I'm going to be thinking, this robot, as much as it's killing me right now, is never going to know joy. It's just going to know inputs. Anyways, that's what I'm going to say to the robot. Yeah, at least I know what happiness feels like. The robot gets all mad. Shut the fuck up. But if it could feel anger, then it could feel joy. All right. Sorry. Okay, MMP advice. A lady requests your advice on men. Okay. Hi, Bill. How are you? I love your work, especially your specials and your MM podcast advice. I learned a lot from your advice about the male point of view. That's really fucking... I feel like there's a lot of layers to that compliment. And I would be grateful for your insight. All right. I don't know why you're listening to me, but okay, here we go. I have no fucking background whatsoever, other than failing a lot. All right, no professional background. I am a happily married woman with a toddler baby girl. Oh, isn't that the best? And I'm currently pregnant with another girl. You hit the lottery twice. I'm writing to you because by listening to, it seems that in general, you feel that women have the upper hand in life. However, I disagree. Well, yeah, the grass is always greener, sweetheart. That is one thing that I do ask feminists. I say to them, is there any scenario? Is there even one scenario where you can think that, hey, as far as men and women go, in this scenario, it's good to be a woman? They can't do that because their whole business model falls to the fucking ground. Every fucking scenario. It's so much harder for us. Is it? Everything out there is harder for a woman, then why do you outlive us? If your life is really that much more difficult than mine, why do you outlive a man on average by like 8 to fucking 10 years? Let me guess, because the man is doing something wrong. Blame the victim, ladies. The exact thing you don't want done to yourself. Do you ever think that maybe you have something to do with it? Here's a classic one. When my wife leaves the house, you know what I think? I think, cool, I got the house to myself, right? When I leave the house, you know what my wife thinks? What can I now text him and tell him to go out and go get me? What can I add? He's out there having fun. Let me add a fucking errand to it. Hey, can you go to Trader Joe's? Could you just go to Trader Joe's really quickly this Saturday before Thanksgiving and wade into that fucking Black Friday food fucking mosh pit? Sorry, that was my yesterday. Anyways, I disagree. I think men have the upper hand in general, especially when it comes to job, prospects, salary, and sexual aggressions. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go again. What does sexual aggressions mean? I don't even know what the fuck that means. I would agree with job prospects and salary, but I think the biggest fucking problem women have is you guys don't go out and start enough businesses. You keep coming working for men. We've been fucking you over since day one. At what point are you going to become self-sufficient? And I feel like I'm not just fucking I'm not like being like, do as I say, not as I do. That's what I did in this business. I am self-sufficient in this business. If this business took everything away from me, I can still be a stand-up comedian and do my podcast. I'm completely self-employed. Those two things make me the most amount of money. And I can easily live off either of those. I got a TV show. I have a cartoon called F is for Family, but I was never dumb enough to be like, well, I got a TV show now and quit stand-up comedy like I saw so many comedians do. Because eventually your show goes off the air and those fucking residual checks dwindle down to like, you know, I get residual checks routinely for like under $3. So I'm trying to say this to empower you, but, you know, quit your fucking whining. All right? There's all these studies out there that clearly show that women are smarter than men. So if you're smarter than us, then you can build a better mousetrap. So get together with some of your smart lady friends and start a fucking business. But for the love of God, quit your fucking whining. Everybody out there is eating a giant shit sandwich. Now, granted, there might be less shit in my sandwich than yours, but make no mistake, it's still a shit sandwich. All right? But there's nothing stopping you from picking out the bread. Because when you do start your own business, you're going to work more than you ever worked. That whole thing where it's like, I will start my business and then I will delegate and it will run on its own and I'll sit on a fucking yacht. Yeah, and they will rob you blind. Anyways, sexual aggressions. All right, but I think you guys make up more than make up for sexual aggressions, whatever the fuck that means. Is that sexual assault, or are we talking about we're the ones who have to have an opening line? I think you guys more than make it up with divorce court aggressions. Okay? And your whole fucking thing where, you know, I wish that women could just beat the shit out of guys instead of just taking every fuck, because an ass kicking, it's like, you know, a week of Epsom salt, you go to the dentist, you can put it behind you. All right, but when a woman kicks your ass and they just take everything, the house, the kids, your guitar collection, your car, whatever the fuck you collect that you love, they're going to make you sell that. Not even because they need the fucking money, just because they know it's going to put another fucking hole in your heart. All right? So there you go. So here we go. I'm going to fucking play my little violin as I listen to the rest of this. I agree with George Carlin, my hero, when he said 99% of all the truly horrifying shit going on in this world was initiated, established, perpetrated, enabled, or continued by men. Yeah, absolutely. But that's only because women haven't been given an opportunity to show how fucking out of their minds they are. I got to be honest with you. I don't understand why to compliment a woman you have to trash men. Anyways, he says, and in the course of life, compared with men, women have far more to put up with. They bear greater burdens, extra spoonfuls of shit. Oh, boy. I don't 100% agree with that. So I also agree with Louis C.K. that men are the number one threat to women, men are the number one cause of injury and mayhem to women, and men are the worst thing that ever happens to women. Yeah, but you can say that right back about women to men. No one can fucking destroy a man's life like a woman. Look at all of these fucking powerful men who ascend the fucking mountaintop, and what brings them down? Marrying the wrong fucking woman will fuck your life over worse than cancer. Anyways, I do not know any woman who has not been in some way physically and emotionally assaulted and minimalized by men. I don't know any guy out there who's dated a fucking woman and hasn't had his heart fucking stepped on. See, what you're doing here, sweetheart, is you're just looking out your own head. Okay? There's the yin and the yang, okay? I don't know, I've never seen a happier woman out there than when she actually meets a great man and vice versa. There's a positive way to look at this. And in this age where they're just constantly trashing men and where you can just hashtag white male trash, which is you're combining racism and sexism, and you're being called a fucking hero about it. I don't get it. Unless you're just going to fight fire with fire. I don't know. So anyways, I would like to teach my daughters to defend themselves from physical aggression and belittling comments from men. Now this I agree with. Yeah, it's called fucking MMA. Get your kid involved in mixed martial arts. Get your kid involved in sports. Big believer in that. However, I do not want to make them biased against men, as I want to raise confident, polite women who view men as their equal, but know when to defend themselves when necessary. Well, I got to be honest with you. If you look at the millennial generation, they've turned Manhattan into Bed Bath & Beyond. The vibe. I mean, older generations literally turned it into a giant Bed Bath & Beyond, but like, I mean, I never thought I'd say this, but I feel like the stand-up scene is better in LA than it is in New York. Just as far as the groan factor. I get way more groans in New York City. It's unreal. Anyways, you had a daughter recently, and I would love to know your opinion on what you will say to your daughter about defending themselves without making them psychotic or biased against men. Because of the news, the Me Too movement, the wage gap, and my own personal experiences, unfortunately, I find myself more and more enraged with the opposite sex. Yeah, that's because you're just being inundated with these fucking images. It's also why you probably think everybody in the Middle East is a fucking terrorist, because that's all they're showing. You know? Social media is a massive failure. And there's all these studies coming out now that show that it actually, it makes you angry, it makes you depressed. It's not a good thing. Anyways, and I certainly do not want to pass that on to my daughter under any circumstances. I have talked to my husband a little bit about this, but I do not want to tell him the extent of my disappointment in the male species, because I plan to stay with them for the rest of my life. I would love to know your opinion, and especially your defense of men, so that I have a different point of view and a more balanced opinion of men that I can pass on to my daughter when I grow up. Thank you very much. P.S. I am from Spain, and I apologize for any grammatical or spelling errors, as my English is not my native language. Well, first of all, the way that you wrote all of this and just sitting there, you didn't say one good fucking thing that men do. And now, even trashing men to the level that you do, you're still playing the victim here. And I have to sit here and do some tap dance for you to try to figure out why your fucking life is actually also great because of men. Go fuck yourself. It's not my job to not make you a sexist cunt. All right? I get it. You hate men. What am I going to do? Evidently, you don't like central air conditioning, heat, all modes of transportation, modern medicine, fucking some of the greatest music ever produced. I mean, we have done some good things out there. Jesus Christ, a couple of flashes and a few thousand fucking wars, and all of a sudden, all your good deeds are just gone. I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is I feel bad for your daughter, and I feel really bad for your husband, that you basically don't like men. I got to be honest with you, as much as I trash women, I realize that most of my shit is fear-based, because I grew up with a bunch of men that feared women. And then I also got into this business where most of us get divorced. And I watched so much shit go down that is really fucked up, and it's just, everybody just looks the other way. But having said that, the older I get, the more I realize how wrong I was about women. All right. Having said that, now I'm not walking down the street, not having my guard up either. You know, I am a big believer is you should if you're a nice person, if you're a good person, you have to let people earn the fact that you're a nice person. You just don't give that away. Because when you're a really nice person who's open-minded, you become a psycho magnet. And some of the worst people ever are really going to come into your life because they need someone as nice and as forgiving, because everybody else is not going to put up with their bullshit. But a lot of shit that I've said about women has been 100% in the wrong. And I understand that. So, I don't know. You kind of sound like where I was at about 10 years ago with the opposite sex. And you're also kind of making yourself out to be a hero. I don't know. When I see guys on stage trashing men like that, I always just think they're just trying to get laid. You know what I mean? This whole fucking thing that, oh, men done this, men done that. Yeah, they have. We also done a lot of great things too. We also have done a lot of great fucking things too, okay? And at the end of the day, to always be talking about women as victims and in these victim positions is not empowering to women. All right? To just sit around and just say all of my problems are because of a male-dominated society, like where is that going to get? And then your solution is to just bitch about men and then hashtag white male trash. As white male trash here, I can tell you we're not having any meetings concerned about any of that shit. You're just fucking talking to other women that believe the same way you do, okay? In life, if you want to get out of your situation, you have to fucking take control of it. All right? If you don't like working for men, start your own thing. All right? I don't like working for other people. That's why I do this, and this is why I do stand-up, and will continue to do that. So you always have to have that ability to be like, well, that's the deal you're offering me? Yeah, I don't want it. Go fuck yourself, and you walk away. So, what would you do for your daughter? First of all, I would not give her probably 90% of your negative opinions on men, because she'll become a man hater. But it's your kid if that's what you want. And I would, I don't know. If I was running shit, I would secretly teach every woman out there mixed martial arts. And then that Israeli fucking martial arts shit where you disarm people that have weapons. You know that thing where they got a gun in your face and you do that little flat move and all of a sudden you're holding the gun, pointing it at them? That type of shit. I would also tell your daughter to never go back to a hotel room with a guy, ever. 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 Guys do not want to talk to you. If guys want to talk, they go hang out with the fellas. Okay? They're trying to fuck you. That's it. And when, hey, let's go back to the hotel room and just talk. That's just part of him trying to get you back there. I don't know. I feel bad for your husband. That's all I can tell you, because I just inserted myself into that thing. It's just like, oh my God. You know, you didn't say one positive thing about men, and you just wrote a giant fucking, there wasn't one positive thing in there. And the worst thing about where we're at right now as human beings is you would be complimented on that and you would be called strong. And that's the direction that we're headed in. You know, and you know what? I don't dictate it. So I don't know. I guess mixed martial arts, and I teach her how to run a business. And along the way, you know, if you don't know how to do that, I would learn that too, so you don't have to work for men. For the record, men treat other men like shit too, by the way. And that whole feminist fucking idea that if a guy's a dick, that he gets respect, like, is the stupidest thing ever. No one likes a dick. No one wants to work for a dick, and everybody secretly hopes the guy crashes on the fucking way home. Hey, you know what I loved about my boss? He treated me like shit, and I don't know why. I just really respected him. Nobody likes being treated like shit. That is something a woman made up because it fit their fucking argument, and everybody ran with it. Yeah, if you're acting like an asshole, you're an asshole. All right, Joe Rogan is going to get you killed. The fuck is this? All right, Bill Burr on the podcast 11/16/17. You said, I still can't wrap my head around the fact that I can eat this much meat. Oh, God, here we go. Here's another fucking nutritionist with no fucking background whatsoever. Is now going to tell me everything that I watch is now bullshit, right? Is that where this is going? Okay, because you can't. Bill, I know you love your buddy Joe Rogan. However, your buddy, the self-proclaimed conspiracy theorist, so am I, is dead wrong about nutrition. All that meat and animal-saturated fats will line your arteries with disease-laden plaque. Do not eat this stuff in abundance. Minimize it. Forget the notion of moderation, too. That's all horseshit. This right here. This, I'm telling you, they're like religious nuts. All of it is horseshit. Explain the French then. And their rich diet and their lack of fucking heart disease over there. Listen, there's elements of truth in everything. And the second you're going to sit there and tell me that your diet is the diet, I don't know, it's all horseshit. The bulk of your calories should be from beans, peas, and legumes, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds, and whole grains. Crush waters and eat your salads as per usual, of course, but add walnuts, pumpkin seeds, blueberries, mushrooms, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and greens to your daily routine, as well as countless other whole foods of your choice. Minimalize all oils, processed foods. Who doesn't know about processed foods? Meats, dairy, and eggs. I don't care where the fuck they come from. Like Rogan's elk from the mountains of gods or wherever the fuck he hunts. Go to nutritionfacts.org. Now, did you vet nutritionfacts.org? Do you know where this came from? For all published nutritional science in all the esteemed peer-reviewed reviewed worldwide medical journals and science papers. Yeah, buddy, they have blood money behind them. Okay? I'm not saying it's all bullshit, but there is an element of bullshit in there. The food industry fucking lines those people's pockets. He said, forget the nonsense from the media, advertising, and these pseudoscience pushing fruitcakes like Rogan. I know he means well, but he's wrong. Look at the works of Dr. Joel Furman, Dr. Michael Greger, Dr. John McDougall, Dr. Dean Ornish, Dr. Caldwell, I can't even read this guy's name, Elliston, and others. Just looking out for you, buddy. Hey, tell you what, thanks for looking out for me. I'm going to do what the fuck I've been doing anyways, because I have low blood pressure. You know? I'm doing fine, and I'm keeping the weight off, all right? I'm not going to just sit there eating 2 handfuls of fucking bacon, all right? But, and I'm also not going to just eat a plant-based diet. I'm not doing that. I'm going to continue to do what the fuck I'm doing because it's working for me. And with all due respect, sir, at no point there did you say you were any sort of nutritionist. You just read a bunch of shit that made sense to you, all right? And then you also went to, the mainstream fucking thing, and that mainstream thing has a bunch of money behind it. Okay? From people in the food fucking industry that want to sell the food that they grow. So that place is also naturally perverted or corrupt. I'm not saying it's all bullshit, but there is an element of bullshit. Would you not agree in that? There's elements of bullshit in every fucking thing, including this goddamn podcast, so don't listen to me either. All right, here's the last one here. Accidentally killed girlfriend's cat. Don't know what to do. Billy Chode. That's something I never found funny, that word chode. There's like a certain portion of part of the country that thinks that that's a funny fucking word, which I believe is like a short, fat dick. Got myself into a little bit of a moral dilemma. I'd appreciate some advice. My girlfriend of 7 months has an outdoor cat who was really smart and could always find her way back home. Anyways, you can probably see where this is going. Where I can see where it's going in the title. He said you accidentally killed your girlfriend's cat. I'm driving to her place less than a block away, not really watching the road, and I hit the fucking thing. Died on impact, practically in two pieces. Hey, that's all we can all pray for, huh? A quick death. I hit the fucking thing, all right? But my girl had this cat for some 4 years and has a serious emotional attachment. I'm not trying to be the asshole who killed her cat, so I had a couple of sturdy plastic bags in my car, a towel, and a water bottle. Sounds like it just came from the gym in a 7-Eleven. And without getting into the gritty details, within 10 minutes, looked like nothing ever happened. I chucked it into a dumpster a few blocks away. Oh, God. Get a car wash to be extra cautious and drive back to her place. So, it's been 2 weeks and I haven't told her. She's freaking. Posted at least 30 missing cat photos all around the neighborhood and anywhere even remotely nearby. Fucking crying and all of that shit. It's messing with my conscience and our sex life. There you go. There you go, you selfish bastard. I feel like if she knows it's deadzo, she'll be able to move on. But also, with me covering it up for so long, I'd be in a good bit of trouble, so to say the least. Help me out here on what I should do. Yeah, dude. The SS Coming Clean, that ship sailed. That ship sailed right after you cleaned up the crime scene and threw it in a fucking dumpster. Here's what you do. You don't say a fucking word. You don't say a fucking word. It's over, dude. It's over. There's no, you let her cry for 2 fucking weeks and you knew that it's over. And then also you got to ask yourself, am I going to marry this person? All right? Here's the deal. If you're going to marry this person, don't ever fucking tell her. All right? If you don't want to marry this person, you got to do a 2-for-1 here. All right? You have to break up with her and then also tell her that you killed her cat, but not in that order. You tell her that you killed her cat. All right? And then hopefully she'll break up with you. Oh, wait. Do you open with killing her cat? Oh, dude, no, I don't know if, this is around the holidays. I think you got to do it. Look, if you want to stay with her, if you love her, are you going to marry this woman? If you're going to marry this woman, don't tell her you killed her cat. If you're not going to marry the woman, then, I don't know. I know there's a lot of people also horrified by this fucking story, but like, I mean, the cat was dead. What are you supposed to do here? I mean, he should have told her, but I mean, as far as like throwing the thing in the dumpster, I mean, if I die and somebody throws me in a dumpster, I don't give a shit. My biggest concern is how bad I'm going to smell up that parking lot. Other than that, I'm dead. Don't need some fancy fucking box. You know? I don't understand that when people die and they put them in these beautiful fucking caskets. It's like it's a piece of fruit that went bad, and you're putting it on display. Throw it in the fucking trash. All right, that's disgusting. Okay, that's the end of the podcast here. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Do your cardio, eat your salads. Go nuts on Thanksgiving, but hit it again right on Friday. All right? Get after it. I wish I could actually meet that woman from Spain and we could sit down and I'd talk about all my fucking women hating shit and she could talk about all our guy hating shit. Maybe we could fucking find a middle ground before we both fuck up our daughters. No, I would never say anything negative about women to my daughter. I would. All right, that's it. Go fuck yourselves. Happy Turkey Day, and I'll check in on you on Thanksgiving. Look at that. Not even taking a day off. All right, I'll see you.